Yeah, musicians themselves are a very rare breed today, if I would say that, because I see that only children of musicians become musicians. If there's somebody who's a tabla player, he'll teach his son how to play tabla. I don't see anybody new coming in the business, and I would not really say I speak out of authority, but in the years that I did work in the established music industry, I know we were running out of musicians, and there were hardly any places. Schools are not producing them. So, did you in your school days see any music being taught in your school, or you picked it on your own?
Well, I've been playing drums from the time I was not the drum set, but kind of being able to follow along on a little table like all little Indian boys from the time I was about 3. But there was a drum teacher in my school who showed me how to hold the sticks, and told me.
You were full-time faculty in your school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Don Bosco.
I'm impressed.
Nicer schools at that time, I suppose.
Okay.
So he told me what was called what. This is a snare drum, and then I lasted about 2 months there, and after that I was better than him, I think. So I couldn't go anywhere else.
Okay.
I don't think I could have gone anywhere at that point of time to improve my skill, and I think that's one of the reasons why Sam is a very personal thing for me, because the talent that I had and what people said to me then, that I was not.
If there was something prodigy, like Sam, maybe it would have.
But I was like pretty damn good at the time when the standing joke was, oh, when you hear a crazy drum solo and you can't see the drummer, that's Shyam, because I grew after sometime I was kind of really small. So
all right,
but. So looking at a lot of young musicians today who who have that opportunity, I think Sam kind of is a place that they can go to learn very quickly from people who have learned from some of the best colleges in the world. So all of that kind of ties in. As far as the schools are concerned, I don't know what's happening. I don't really hear much apart from the American and the international schools. I think there's a complete lack of good music education in Chennai schools today.
Yeah, they don't even teach. They don't even teach a song. I mean, forget about learning an instrument, which will still take you time to figure out. There's no music. Is it a subject anymore?
You have to learn the school anthem for sure.
Yeah, do they still have a school song? I don't know. Half of them will they probably argue on the language.
Well, kids are getting more opinionated today, so that's a good possibility. But I would assume that some schools would have some piano teacher at least, somebody who could have a
auditorium, come and bang on the keys and get something.
Yeah, on a school day or something like that. I mean, I learned piano when I was in school because there was no drum teacher for the most part.
Okay.
I did 3 years of piano.
But take an average school in Chennai, average school. And I'm not talking about a convent school as they're classified. If they're non-convent, run by some Hindu organization or by the government itself,
right,
would they have any kind of music lessons going on in class?
I would be inclined to say probably not. My kids, the school that they go to, I think there's some kind of music lessons, but I wouldn't advise my kids to study there.
But of course,
the scary part about music education, just like any other education, right? And especially with music education, it's once you're taught wrong, it's kind of difficult to correct yourself. Yeah, because it's a lot of muscle memory, it's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So I think it's very important to get the right education at the right age. And this whole Trinity College thing is a massive scam to start with.
Yeah, well, I was just coming to that. So what is it with the Trinity College of number 1 grade, 2 grade, 3 grade, somebody said D grade,
I know there are people who do it, but the guys who are good are those who have gotten good anyway without not having done it.
No, just for people who don't know, including me, I have no clue. What is this Trinity? I mean, is it an exam that you sit for?
Basically, it's an exam-oriented thing where somebody teaches you, say, you learn this, you do this, you pass the exam, and you have a grade.
So where is there? Is there a curriculum which you can go and buy? Is there a syllabus, as you say?
It probably is, but
I mean, you say probably. That means you're not sure either.
There's a book for sure.
Okay.
So if you're learning something grade 1. And I may be bashing.
So you pay money. So you pay money.
Yeah, of
and
course
get
you're paying money, and then you pay a lot of money for the certificate as well.
Okay, so somebody comes and checks you out after you finish.
Wherever you learn, wherever you study, the guy will put a sheet in front of you and say, play this. And then if he says he's qualified to be an examiner for that, then he'll give you a certificate.
So in Chennai, there are any number of places?
Lots of them, I'm sure.
And what are the instruments that they teach in this kind of school?
I know piano quite a bit.
Guitar, maybe?
Yeah, but the strange thing is, for piano having been so predominantly there throughout the years, when they weren't good drum teachers or guitar teachers or bass teachers, there are hardly any good pianists in the city today. I mean, is the 100 million guitarists, but where are the pianists? So what does that say about what that education was?
That's
worth?
because the keyboard of the piano now produces sax sounds and trumpet sounds and everything is synthesized. So they're only playing piano.
I'm including keyboardists and pianists in general. I mean,
Yeah.
I play with probably all of the really good keyboardists and pianists, or most of them,
Okay.
in Chennai today, and there's still not enough of them. You know, there's a lot of good other musicians, but so saying the system doesn't really feed into anything productive, because I still know 8th grade Trinity college pianists who can't play to save their lives.
But they've got that little
Yeah,
certificate.
of course. Yeah.
All right. So when you guys started your institute, what was your plan? That you will just knock off all these Trinity Walas and say, hey, come to us, we'll give you the real thing?
I don't think we have anything to do with them in that sense.
No, that's the only known thing in the city. So you have to come and replace them. You can say,
I
okay,
think Sam was when we started Sam, we really didn't worry too much about where the students are going to come. The thing was kind of, build it and they will come, kind of thing. So
okay.
it's like a Noah's Ark kind of thing. You just
No,
build
but
the ark
the
and
credibility
they will
has
come.
to be built by either producing some top-class musicians who then enter the known music industry,
Yes.
and then they go and say, hey, that's one of our products. Like you
Yes.
say, hey, Rahman is from or somebody else is from our school. So that gives you huge credibility.
Right. Well, if you want me to name names, there's a band called the Family Cheese is doing very well. The Leslie Lewis and I think the Colonial Cousins too. A lot of Sam kids are playing in that band. Young kids, 19, 20-year-old kids. There's a band called Adil and Vasundhara. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Vasundhara Das?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the actress Vasundhara.
Actress, singer.
Vasundhara, not her.
Not the Bangalore girl.
No. These guys are from Delhi, I think. But they'll be coming soon. I'm very good musicians. Again, their entire backline is all from Sam.
Okay.
They just keep picking up people. So
So the two of them are vocalists, and then they have a band supporting them.
one is Adil is a guitarist, Vasundhara is a vocalist.
Okay.
One of the few bands that play some decent jazz around. So they're finding that Sam is giving them
The little
a
edge.
product,
Yeah, okay.
a product that they can take and then utilize effectively in their setups. Before this, 5 years back, if the drummer got run over by a truck, it'd take them another few months to replace a drummer because you'd had to relearn all that material. Today, Sam can produce a drummer that says, you know what, give me this stuff, I'll come take a
And
bus
I'll just
overnight. In the
take
train,
over.
I'll just listen to the songs, I'll write down everything, and I'm nice enough to come and reproduce everything the next day on stage.
All right, folks. So now we're just getting into what Sam is all about, and how they actually make a difference in musicians' lives here. So we come back, we'll find out something about cost and how much of money, because this is an education. They're going to put away 4 or 5 years of their life. So how they're going to make money out of this, we'll find out when you come back.